Well done for Charlie Wee as he makes his birdie at the second. Let's see if Stephen Ames can add another birdie.
One of the few players that have put it left of the flag, and he capitalizes on an easy uphill putt.
Alker for birdie.
Yeah, I would say, Paul, he definitely pushed that second shot, but he might get rewarded for it. And he does.
So Alker with a birdie at the third. Alex Jacob for birdie at 5. He makes that. Stephen Ames for birdie to get to within 2 of the lead. And Stephen Ames has yet to make a par here in the final round. 4 birdies and a bogey for Ames.
Oh.
Now back over to the 5th, and Angel Cabrera stalking his birdie putt. Hey, Stu, I got just a quick question for you. Did Alker fall asleep on the layup, or did he just hit a push shot?
No, he hit a perfect tee shot and just wheel hooked it way back up and almost into the woods.
Well, here goes Cabrera. I feel like he's the big bully on this leaderboard. Other than
105 shot.
That gets him to within a shot of the lead.
105. Right,
Paul Stankowski for his birdie.
good swings.
Get to 11 under. And he trips it in.
104, 105.
There's more elbows out, guy.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity there for Jerry Kelly. Takes advantage of it. Made 2 par 5s.
Yeah, he's played perfect golf so far. Just kind of
Wow.
surgical, really, isn't it? Just picking his
Not a
place
good
apart.
start.
Point A to point B.
Oh,
No mistakes.
what are the greens? Oh,
Talk about all the
normal
things that
and normal.
Cabrera has gone through.
So 1
Now
left,
back.
12 down.
Playing, got a win. Played at the
Does he hit
Masters
this
this
about
year.
4?
And makes an easy birdie at 13.
Yeah, this is another one of those late in the day.
Ah, it's a wedge.
Your eyes are
Nervy
tough to
start.
adjust to
125.
You missed one a couple
135.
Yeah, there's probably been 200 footprints between him and the hole.
There you go. Good putt.
Oh, fuck.
2-putt birdie for Kelly. Gets to within 1 of Cabrera, heading to the difficult 14th here in the final round of the Regions Tradition.
We have a 132 shot.
Players dealt with 4 hours and 20 minutes in total of weather delays yesterday, and Jerry Kelly in the last group getting ready to hit his 3rd shot of the par 5 15th, where we find John Cook.
Thank you there. Good morning, everybody. Let's put a bow on this here with Jerry Kelly, 104 yards. Slightly downhill. Tough pin, kind of in the middle, right up against that right edge.
Another miss. 15 up.
These guys made the decision
6.
last night that it was too dark to finish. So here we are.
So a little bit left and come back.
There. It was
5,
on range.
5.5.
Jerry was working the wedge game pretty
5
good.
and a half.
Yeah, you're going to look at this, find this all day or all morning with the control and spin, these wet greens.
Oh, wow.
Angel Cabrera playing his 3rd from the bunker.
Yeah, Bob. There was a little red
124.
snake. Perfect aiming point for Angel, and he hit it beautifully.
Pulled the putt.
Jerry Kelly's 2nd.
Yeah, that was semi-buried on the face and came out a little bit hot. Not horrible, though. He's got about 8
124,
feet
so
per
maybe a
par.
120
Yeah, that's
shot.
one of those few fried eggs where the players thinking this isn't a hard shot. Because during the break, all of us looked at it and thought this is doable for him. And, you know, he was licking his chops, I believe, on that shot. And he just hit it a hair too hard.
Steven Alker for eagle.
Yeah, you can see Bobby's aiming way to the right, expecting about 8 feet of break. Getting there, he's breaking hard left. Got a chance.
Why he Yang second.
Yeah, I thought the pitch is
3 down.
sitting pretty good. It's all about contact and the catch.
2
Just a little wide right. That's
to 1.8.
not great. He's got about 5 feet.
He needed to make that. He really did. Cabrera with a putt to get to 20 under the way he's rolling it. I wouldn't be surprised if he buries it. Here it
I
is.
feel like you're there, mate. Pull finger out.
He saw Elkers come up and break sharply right.
That is
left.
ridiculous.
Depending on his pace, because Elker's ball is moving so slowly, you know, he might play a little less break. Obviously doesn't know that Jerry's got an 8-footer for
So
par
where-
on 17. This could really decide the whole tournament.
Get there with 5.
It'll be for a round of 64 to get to 20 under, Jeff. He is a big-time pressure putter.
You don't win the tournaments he's won. Missing many of these. Right in
Missed
the
it.
Angel Cabrera shoots 64 in the final round and is posted 20 under. And now he waits and watches to see if he'll win his first major on the PGA Tour Champions.
No,
This
no.
was a no-doubter. He had to play it a good cup outside the right edge. It
No,
went
no.
in.
So 3.5, no 4.
He was ready today, this morning. He certainly was ready yesterday. He came out striping it off the tee, hitting the green,
Oh, I
making
guess.
the putts, and then this morning, Bob, it's the
141.
same Cabrera showed up to
139.
start his morning, and then what an up and in.
Charlie, we missed his birdie putt, and now Jerry Kelly to stay one back.
Yeah, Charlie hit the left side of the hole.
So
and spun out.
141.
Really nice putt now.
It's about a 133
Talk about
shot.
putts of the tournament right here. Jerry Kelly with an 8-footer for par. Give himself a reasonable chance at 18. He's a gutty little guy, so he's going to give this all his attention.
He's made a lot of big
never
time
hit
putts
so
the
many
last couple
misses.
of tournaments. He made a big one on the last hole too, John.
Wow. Doesn't feel right. Grind.
So that means Jerry Kelly needs to make
27 up.
eagle at 18
I don't know.
to tie Cabrera,
Maybe
who's
13
posted
cut.
20
Look
under.
at that flag. I don't really want to go long
Jerry
here.
Kelly needs to make an eagle,
So 12 and a
or
half.
Angel Cabrera is going to win.
12 and a
Charlie
half.
Wee for his par.
He made a nice little sprint to the finish after a really poor start to his round
Word.
yesterday.
Word.
Steadied the ship. Going to learn a lot playing here in the final pairing on major championship. So
No doubt about it. He overpowered the golf course, 5 par 5s.
One there.
He made all the putts he needed to make.
He shoots 64 in the final round to beat Jerry
And good
Kelly,
win.
who started the
Well done.
final round with a one-shot lead. Cabrera trailed in that final round, going into the final round by 3.
So 125. Probably a 120 shot.
The walls tower over these famous 2 miles, pushing on the edge like nowhere else.
welcome to Monaco.
The Grand Prix is underway. Side by side, elbows out. Oh, the contact.
Felt like a golf
So
swing.
what
It's cutting.
famous turns on this racetrack. Charles Leclerc is playing the long game. This is the Grand Prix of Monaco. Charles Leclerc wins. Coverage brought to you by Heineken 0.0. This is
2 and a
one of the
half.
realistic games to see.
It's pretty epic.
We have 2 days to go, and we have a lot of lunch.
So 2
You're going in.
Two and a bit.
You're going to fight for this.
Choir Games, tonight on Sky Open.
Didn't break either. What if the wind holds the putts up?
And that's given away here, Scott.
Right, so I need one of those ones that gets no spin.
Such an important one still to threat.
And this won't get there.
And it goes again, this time from Scott. Repelled by Palmer.
So we've got to land this
Been helped out by O'Shea.
maybe 100 with no spin.
Ciso. Here at Ciso. Going to take the ball on, maybe.
That's got spin. Oh no. Hit the ground hard and bounce.
Build-up there. He gets his little bit of luck there after the heavy touch.
Uh-uh.
In between the goalkeeper's legs. Broadhead.
A little bit of space. And finding Yenska Yustan who's surging through. That's not
So,
bad for the finish.
8.1
What an opportunity that
to
is.
9 and a bit.
The right position. Just snatches at it.
Semenyo started the second half on the front foot. So
Wow.
still down a
Wow.
shot comes in and it's turned away. Being saved by Alex Palmer to deny Alex Scott.
Strikes it really well, Scott.
86,
To
90.
the net.
Gets you ahead of Savani. Let's have some support from Townsend. Gonna get back for Delan. 2-0. Liam Delan on target again.
So again, it's one of those spinners.
Just wait, he knows his mate's coming on the left-hand side. What a cutback that is.
Low
And
one.
that is emphatic,
So a
to say the
92
least.
shot.
Semenyo. Right foot goes back. Maybe did he catch him there? Certainly did for injury. What's the referee going to give?
Did he give him the penalty? I'm not so sure that's a penalty, is it?
Oh,
Contact. When it
Not a
came, I think
spinner.
it would be just outside the area anyway.
I think that's a good decision.
We're linking with Brooks, who will reach in and cut it back, and it's deflected into the back of Coach. Palmer could hold that one, and it's in for Leonard Nielsen. A way back maybe performance. The Brazilian was the one in the right place to pick it to pieces, and put it beyond Palmer, and it's game on again.
so 3.1's what, 2.5?
Tonight when the crowd goes wild, the most famous rugby player in the world, the greatest rugby player in the world, and Auckland FC are bracing for the biggest night of their short lives. Join us for all that and more tonight on Sky.
Honestly,
Sport, highlights of the week.
have no idea today.
Ninja.
2.5, maybe a 3 putt. Come on.
To win the grand final, Bianca Gallish for the Mariners. Bianca Gallish is good with the penalty.
Right, so 163, so probably a 165 shot would be perfect.
Champions of 2025.
Ninja, proud supporters of women's sport on Sky Sport.
To celebrate a decade of Ranger as New Zealand's #1 selling vehicle, we're rolling out the special edition Ranger Wildtrak V6. The only Ranger Wildtrak available in lightning blue. Equipped with 20-inch alloy
It's going to be a breaker.
and flexible rack system, the special edition Ranger Wildtrak won't be around for long. This one's for you.
9 down.
Panadol Rapid
gets working 10 minutes faster on pain than regular
9
Panadol
down
tablets.
to what,
Fast
4.5?
relief, trusted by millions of Kiwis.
4.5?
We've helped travellers see the world for 40 years. This year, wherever adventure takes you,
You're gutless.
knowing that New Zealand's leading travel insurer is going with you. Southern Cross Travel Insurance. Relax. We're with you.
Sensitivity is when you feel that short, sharp pain. Sensodyne Repair and Protect has Novomin. It forms strong reparative layer over sensitive teeth. Try Sensodyne. It works.
Right, come on.
Nobody does sensitivity like Sensodyne.
Strap in for a huge Saturday of racing with TAB. Doom and Cup Day headlines a
So
huge day of
90.
racing. While Turn Upper brings local
Yeah, that
talents to
same
table
one, that no
ringside.
spinner.
Across the ditch or on home turf, there's no shortage of action. Big stage, big plays, big finishes.
Stuck it.
Back a horse can win in selected races. And if it runs second or third, you'll get up to $50 back as bonus cash. No more close calls. If your horse just misses, you still get something back to have another go. TAB, get your bet on. R18, bet responsibly.
Ranger is celebrating 10 years as New Zealand's #1 selling vehicle. And it's all thanks to you, New Zealand. When we released the Ranger, we set out to continuously improve and reinvent the ute with more engine power, towing capacity, and driver tech. You turn to the Ranger for every job, lifestyle, and adventure imaginable. We've spent a decade evolving together, and we're not stopping there. Ford made the ute, but you made the Ranger.
Join me with music from Miles Smith, Broadway star Billy Porter, Trader's Own Tony Ringelman, Oscar and Brie Larson, and Loki himself.
5.4. So 4 and a bit.
The Graham Norton Show.
4 and a bit.
8:35. New to UK TV.
We are the Premier League. Forest, Chelsea,
That is huge. Come on.
Monday, live Sky Sport.
It's a good shot. $154. Just a smooth. Seven will land 145. Bounce up a bit. I'll try and hit a hard set. Rather be a little bit short than too far long. One.
Welcome to the 2025 presidential
Oh,
circuit.
Bendy.
8 days of hard racing in the southwest of the country, an event celebrated
hate
for sprint
these putts.
finishes and young
2.7.
climbers emerging in the GC battles. Stage 1, Antalya to Antalya, 132 kilometers,
2.7.
and lots of
So
fresh
sort of a
legs, lots of
three-ish
power,
putt.
and lots of riders want to get in the first breakaway of the race. I'm Matt Rendell. With me is my co-commentator Ronan McLaughlin, and Ronan, Novo Nordisk and Konya.
Some days you see it,
The first
some
riders trying to
days
get
you
away,
don't.
but not ideal circumstances for forming a breakaway here.
Yeah, no surprises.
That's
a lot of
gnarly
action
pin
here early
position.
on in this first stage, just riders trying to get in the breakaway, and with an intermediate sprint and a Treasure of Turkey
Right.
sprint up for grabs here.
So probably
the riders
a 108
can
shot.
away from the breakaway here with a
108
Jared
shot.
Johnson, they're all thinking. William Smith, Vincent Dorn, Chabok, Ahmed Orkin in this group, a rider who has 12 top 10 finishes in his Tour of Turkey participations.
Willie Schmidt has broken away, and he's going to go through the first intermediate sprint of the race and temporarily lead that competition. 5 points on offer here.
15 points at the finish. So the stakes leader is going to be wearing that jersey at the end of the day.
Yeah, and Vincent Dorn getting up there for second, Conrad Chabot getting third, but it looked like Willie Smith there just got the jump on the ball with the wrong one from maybe 100 meters or so.
Rather.
So maybe breaking, crash in the middle there. One of the Alpecin Koenig riders going down.
Ramsey, Canadian rider on the development squad, making his
13.
we've
So
got
it's about 11 putt.
Smith here going for another long
11
run, trying
putt.
to take these Treasure Turkey sprint points. And this is actually the classification that has a jersey up for grabs here today. So if Smith can hang on as we see the riders closing in pretty rapid here, that's Conrad Chabot again. But yes, Smith just about taking that one from Chabot, and Rodolfo coming across the line for Novo Nordisk third. So yes, Smith will get a jersey of that. That's a white jersey for the Treasures of Turkey sprint competition. Got 5 points up for grabs on each of the stages ahead of us in that classification.
No,
so
don't run down
Smith
there.
will be our first leader in that one.
And he pushes on. And well. Yep, one
Eight up.
of the multi-visit Malta riders going down on that tight corner.
8 up. So 3.5.
Is there a couple of the picnic post riders? This is his Ridolfi and Dawn fist pump. That's the new language of cycling ever since the COVID years. And,
Come on.
Kilometer here. The technical comes down, riders just coming down, and I think that's Christoph that they've held up there. Just holding up Christoph.
Well, that was the final corner.
So 130.
Long lead back here from
yes, indeed, Ricard.
Yeah.
Jonas Ricard. With Leonardi, I think, on his wheel, and
Casper Uden still in position there. He's lost his lead at train, but looks like he's got through that final corner. As we see
So
Malacelli
130.
just in fourth.
Probably a 130 shot.
Hester's behind him, and we've got Alpecin
With that one.
launching here. On the wrong way back with Simon De Hares in the wheel.
Oh, Jonas Ricard comes through in the lead with De Haer. Malucelli is on his wheel. Malucelli on the wheel of De Haer. De Haer is absolutely going for it. Malucelli comes round. Malucelli's got his head down, but it looks like De Haer just had a second acceleration, and Malucelli seemed to be coming past. But we'll have to settle for second place. The Italian.
Just when it looked like the hair was running out of the legs and he sat down, he managed to find something, jump back out of the saddle again.
My idea was right.
Just about held off Malacelli there, who does come home for second on the stage, and Jules Hester
33 down again.
For Team Flanders Balois. So good start to the week for Alpecin.
And the first pro
So
win
has he got a
for
5?
Simon De Haer. I think we can hear some words from him with our interviewer, Jeff Kenny.
My first one feels amazing. Last year,
I don't want to have
stage I was third, so
6 footers coming down on top.
we're still a little bit better.
5?
Today we did it. I got a perfect lead out from Jonas Ricard.
5?
And he put out also, so
I'm going to do.
victory. And I want to thank those guys because of them that I could finish it off today.
Take us through the last 100 meters. Did you know that
Oh, wow.
ready to jump?
That was moving too.
I thought I had a gap, but then I felt it coming on the left side. So I still had a little
139.
to make the speed a little bit higher in the last 100 meters, so I could hold them off and quite
139.
Well, De Haer celebrates the stage win.
139, so 135 shot.
Turquoise jersey of the Presidential Cycling Tour of Turkey GC lead.
135.
Celli and Giovanni Leonardi, 2 Italians, second and third. Jules Hester's rather in third place. The Belgian, Albert Asturi, and Prostenga, 2 Spaniards, fourth and fifth. Well, stakes 2 came at Kalkan, 167.4 kilometers. It all starts with a category 3 climb.
Leaving yourself these downhill
There's a
putts.
category 2 climb, 2/3 of the way through the race.
yeah, much harder stage here today, and again, we're anticipating a big fight for the riders looking to get into the breakaway here today. And one of yesterday's protagonists, Vincent Dorn, on the move here almost immediately.
Right, so right to left, it's going to move a little bit right off that slope.
The excellent Spanish team Catalunya. All change at the front, and again the black jersey
17,
of
he's got
Konya
8.
Spor. Konya being a southern
7.
Turkish town with real passion.
7
beside
a bit.
those two riders opening up a good break. It's actually Antoine Berlin, the bikeaid, the former athlete from Monaco, who still holds the Monaco 10,000 meters record on the track. Ahmed Orken, it is, who gets away to win the category 3 climb.
94.
3 points there.
Riding his 12th
94.
tour of Turkey.
Downwind could be an 85
Excellent
Sandine.
sprinter in his day,
85 Sandine. Could land 91.
Forgive no one, and a little bit of that top end speed have gone now for Ahmed Orkan, but he makes up for it by getting in the brakes. Now then, that was
the treasures of Turkey as well.
yeah, Sky told it, it's the Polish rider who went through just beating Willie Schmidt. 5 points.
That is shit too.
Willie Schmidt gets 3.
That is absolute rubbish.
Those 3 points that will mean that we'll keep that jersey for at least one more day. Brings him up to 8 with the 5 that he picked up yesterday.
Absolute rubbish. Completely the wrong track.
Berlin and Dawn, the 2 bikeaid riders
So
in that
6,
front
so
group.
this is going to be a 12. So what land is 6? 6 and run it up. Run up, that many
The
shots.
world under 23 cyclocross champion.
6.
And number 13 being picked out
5.
by the helicopter, and on his wheel, Frank van den Broek, who is the reigning champion of the Presidential Cycling Tour of Turkey. He won the race a year ago and has come back to try to repeat that feat.
Big move here for Aparicio.
I mean, 81 metre holes are the ones that you usually destroy.
5 kilometers or
2.
this coastal road is California's already been well whittled down with many of the pure sprinters
In between us.
earlier on the stage, but Aparicio here,
165.
whatever is left in that, wants to try and take a likely stage one for Burgos, and
I need 2 more.
be a reduced point sprint.
When it's down in the road book
2
as
more
a
birdies.
stage when a bunch sprint is expected, but it's been much harder than that, hasn't it? Aparicio has
2 more.
got a bit between his
165.
teeth. Trying to get
160
away from
shot.
this. He was a top 10 finisher a year ago,
160.
and clearly thinks that there's an opportunity here, although it's a bigger gap than that really, because the peloton, he looks over his shoulder, he'll see them bearing down on him. 1.4 kilometres to go, and his lead is only 9 seconds.
Almost inside kilometer to go, and with Alpecin just getting to the front here.
Simon de Hare, yesterday's winner, is right at the back of the race and a long way back, some 10 minutes or more back, but they've got more firepower out the centre.
Oh, Bendy! Bendy!
Back about 6th wheel, there is Ricard.
6 up, 5.1.
Elsgato working for Abed Asturi, who was
So 6
5th
putt,
yesterday.
5.8 putt,
Twice well positioned here.
5.8.
Remember his slight uphill finish here today, just about, well actually it's 5% or so, so it's a considerable incline all the way to the line as they come inside 200 metres to go, but this will be one to leave as late as possible with Leonardi in second here. And Del Grosso just coming up there inside here now with 100 metres to go or so, coming from a long way back. Can he make it all the way around?
Del Grosso just riding over the Visit Malta rider.
Everything about that one felt good, so you can't be disappointed. 180.
Did it yesterday, and Del Grosso does it today.
So 144. I can't get there with
the
8.
other riders from Landa Locks, who came in, we think, second, and well, great stuff. Here he is, cyclocross specialist, lots of torque. It's an uphill finish. It's not a pure sprint.
Damn it, that would have been nice, that one. That would have been a bonus.
It looked graceful and
So there's some wind on the wind.
Tibor Del Grosso.
144, so probably a 144
Let's see
shot.
what he has to say.
For sure, was a good chance, and we all believed in it. My team worked hard; they did a great job today. So yeah, it's great to finish it off.
This is something new for you, cyclocross. What were you told about the finish today and how it suited you?
Yeah, that's a really tough
Oh, I'll
finish.
take that.
Of course, KO hill and with the 2 climbs beforehand, it
174.
was a chance to drop all the pure sprinters. So yeah, I think finish like this suits me.
When did you realize that the top sprinters were not there anymore and that you became
Don't
there?
know if I can get there.
I don't know if I
Alright.
was favorite because yeah, a few guys dropped, but there were still some really fast guys in the group. But yeah, the boys just
I had a
tried to
bullet there.
put me in a good position, and then
And it ends up front middle. I'm alright. So 170.
Well, there is the podium for the day. Leonardi in second place. And Lando Locks. John Aberasturi, we saw in early shot, he was 4th yesterday, 4th again today. And the XTS Astana rider was Nicholas Vinokourov, one of the sons of Alexander Vinokourov. Tibor Del Grosso takes the race lead, and
Wow,
he will
that's a
wear
great shot.
his jersey to tomorrow's 3rd stage.
Center of the green. Same as the last. 12 up.
Marmaris, 175.9 kilometers.
6.4, so 7 and a bit.
And a stage of 1, 2, 3, 4 category 3 climbs. And again, down in the road book is a stage where a mass sprint is expected. It's a really
6.4,
tough climb.
7 and a bit.
Stage that the riders
7,
have in front.
8's too much. 7 and a bit.
Yeah, no huge mountains here. They're all 3rd category climbs, but they're almost back to back on the stage with 4 and 2.
Oh, I've hit it too hard.
Toll on the peloton, and it's going to be a tough day for the pure sprinters to hang on. As we see Gadalevich here just going for the sprint cream.
It's 5 under's 5 under, but I feel like that might not be enough.
Of the Polish Matsovsky Serce, a team just
12
comes through,
greens.
picks up the points and conversation.
A lot of them were just off.
Between the riders.
I wanted to do too well then and just didn't feel like I completely had it. Bit of tension. Oh, it's good to have. It's good to have on the simulator. Alright. Time to go. Let's see if it hangs on.
Wearing dorsal number 13, but he's elected not to
I'm
turn
gonna-
one of those numbers upside down,
play
which is the tradition.
Same live stream.
And here is,
SGT round
Yep.
2.
Burak Abai rider, 2-2.
I haven't hit a driver yet, so I better start in some drivers.
Colonial rider coming through to pick up
So 11 on the stem, normal and normal breezy. Okay.
second mountains classification of the race so far. The blue jersey there is Terengganu, the Malaysian team from the north coast of that peninsula. And there is Burak Abai, the winner of the second category, the King of the Mountains.
Oh shit, that was
climb
quick.
of the day.
Ski just getting these sprint points. That will leave some fighting out for, well, he's not going to get second place either. Will he hold on to get 1 in this stretch of Turkey sprint?
And then Yamani, the Eritrean, is sprinting, charged all the way there. Looks like Zarbot to me.
I think Zabok got second. And
Alright, let's go.
Third, picking up a 1 point there, so that will, again, he'll maintain the lead.
I had 6 under the first round,
Hasn't won a sprint since
so a good round here.
as long as he can keep chugging.
Should go pretty close.
As we see an attack here, just on this on categories climb after the climb that we've just seen.
And it's Jonas Haynes, the X4 and 800 meters runner on Flanders Baloise. He's being joined by Victor van Ikuta, 19-year-old with Team Lotto.
You do get
These two working well together so far. They're on the
a
same
crack in that finger.
Lotto man just fully committed in a way that
Insulation
just,
tape.
not quite prepared for it. But Haynes gets back, and on the final unclassified climb, got one category 3 climb to go. This one unclassified, but
near move from all the Astana riders.
First drive, 154.7. Ball speed.
well, again, it's
Cosmo will love that. Especially for the scramble, hopefully on the weekend. Alright, in the fairway now.
on
Up butts.
rider from Flanders Balwas, Jonas Haynes. Marmanis, traditional stage finish by now in the Presidential Tour of Turkey. The riders of
Are they getting a good lead out here?
yep, Ponte Visit Malta.
So, normal and normal. Lob wedge is about a 55 shot.
And on the left
Bit
hand
of
side,
wind there.
also trying to get through, but he's got a long
That
way
will
to
do
go.
that and
No
that.
teammates.
So 64 shot would be nice.
On the right hand side of our screens.
Right hand side. Letgonov comes through. Well, we saw him on the attack earlier on, and I don't know if he found his way through there, but Letgonov has got, well,
That's not
it's not
going
his
50.
first pro win,
Jeez.
but his first pro win was a long time ago. It's as if it was his
Yeah.
first. He's been promoted to the from the
It's
telephone
pretty ugly
development
so
team of
far.
Astana, and he's got himself a stage win. Great work from him, and we can hear him talking to Jean-François Kelly.
32. So Landis what? 4, 5? 4.5, 5.
Thank you, my team, super staff, super team. This race,
Oh my goodness.
this stage, half for me, half 5.
What was the tactic?
That's pretty bad.
Tactic support.
2, so just a 2 minute putt.
Leader, he maybe finish. Yes, I try finish. I win.
Your teammate, Harold Lopez,
There's
had
got to be
1
birdies.
kilometer to go. Was that good for you to win?
Yes, we help Nicolas in the tour. He lead out for me. I sprint 200 meters. I win.
I tried the finish. Well, it's as simple as that. Letgonov has got an unexpected stage win for XDS Astana, but perhaps even more joyful from that, Lando Locks second, and in third place is Del Grosso, who had to make his way through all that traffic with no help from the rest of his team. Giovanni Donardi, the winner of the stage
92,
a year
so 95
ago,
shot.
coming in only fourth.
95 and a bit of spin.
And Del Grosso maintains the leadership of the general classification. Letgonov moves into second, and Ronaldi, and then there are about 46 riders on 14 seconds. Giovanni Cobarni, the best of them. Stage 4, Marmaris, Tiakiaka, and Koran is the name of the final climb, and it's a forbidding final climb. It's going to be too hard for this man, I fancy.
12, so
Del
maybe
Grosso.
15 shot.
There goes the flag, and there go the attacks, and in the red jersey, it's Vincent Dawn, the first rider to get off, and immediately
I'm having an
the
absolute
riders are coming
nightmare.
out. They're climbing from the start.
The usual suspects here in this week's breakaways is Dawn, it's Abai in there also. The boys trying to get in the mix for the first time. As we see these riders go clear, and yeah, Dawn has that jersey to win, but he's going to need to score on the first category climb to start of the stage. If he's going to have any hope of holding off the GC riders, who will certainly pick up.
So 4.5, 4, 3.5, 4.
Or category climb to the finish.
Well, we're at the intermediate sprint after 60.7 kilometres, and Jonas Ricard, who brilliantly led out the first two stages, his sprinters, Simon De Hare Tibor Delgrosso winning those stages. He's now in the breakaway in the cold and the wet and the conditions that any Belgian is more used to than most.
There's no A game here tonight,
He's a huge powerhouse.
so let's see what I can do without it.
Bit between his teeth now. And the rain is falling hard now. And these are treacherous conditions. And there's a crash. There's a rider down on the left-hand side, another on the right. Well, several on the right, several on the left. Cars in the middle of the road. Well,
a bit of a compression there as we're coming down at the end, and maybe just a slippery surface under their tires there, and yeah, a few riders have come down.
SGT Tour, 421. Par 4.
Riders get away.
Wow. Bit to the right, so I can probably
the Spanish rider
land this
the first 3 through the treasures of Turkey sprint.
175,
Of the treasures of Turkey
173,
sprint.
175. Run it up.
And now there's a long, sweeping, treacherous descent down towards the sea, and then they'll ride for 10k or so along the banks of the Mediterranean Sea before starting the final climb, which is a real tough one.
Yeah, treacherous in these conditions, but no doubt it would be lovely the vast majority of the year here. We're just unfortunate with a few days where it's actually raining, and we're on to the climb here.
That's up a lot again. That last one should have popped up higher. 16, maybe a 20 shot. 20 shots.
Surprises as such that we're down to a lead group of 6 riders here.
So
now,
20
with 2 from
shots.
Astana and 2 from Picnic Post NL.
The Euskaltel rider is Jon Aguirre. The rider's been dropping off that group. This is Yvonne Ruiz, the Kurt Farmer rider.
So one thing I don't know
Aguirre
on GS Pro
isolated with Boulderstone at the back, and
is,
that's the moment the white
does the
box
wind
chooses.
affect your putt?
Well, Aguirre moved to the front
2 point,
effectively,
so it's
leading out the rest of the riders and Paul's.
2 and a bit.
It's a very rare occasion when we see him out of the saddle, but just darted away.
Man, jeez, I didn't hit that hard.
They were just 500 metres after attacking us, up to maybe 10 seconds or more already, and what we've got now is a situation where Lopez's teammate is sitting on the Picnic Post NL rider Martinez, who's having to do all the chasing here, and yeah, expect to see the old textbook team tactics here. Lopez, if he has the legs, will jump Martinez for try to make it a 1-2 for a 7.
But we're inside the final 50, 60 metres now, and we're on the fixed cameras, so only a couple of corners left to go, and it looks like Paul's took his chance, and he'll win the stage and take over the race lead at the end of the day. The question is, who'll come around behind him? It's Harold Lopez, 24-year-old Ecuadorian. He's darted away from the even younger Colombian Juan Guillermo Martinez, 20 years old, comes in third, and his teammate, the reigning champion from a year ago, Frank Vandenbroek, will come in fourth, but no doubting Wout Poels. Well, categorical from Poels, a hug from the two of them, first and second for XDS Astana.
What a win. Was it expected, or were you working?
So a little bit to the right, 14.
Yeah, we were both really strong, and it's always nice when you have a really strong
So
teammate, so
we,
you can play the game. So
it's going to be probably a 15 shot.
I luckily could
Land
manage
at
to stay away.
10 and run at 5.
Yeah, but a really good team.
Downhill.
You did 2 attacks. The first one, the young Colombian from
So 10 or 11, maybe 11.
What did you think at that time?
Yeah, because Nico was pulling, and yeah, his job was done, so I thought I'd try to do the first shift, so we went away, and then Harold came
Nuts.
with and then yeah, we just had to play the game, and yeah, it worked well.
So a veteran rider, but still able to win.
So 2 and a bit again.
I'm getting a little bit older, but the last few years my level is still really strong, and
2 and a bit.
it's always pretty difficult to win. So of course I'm really happy with it.
Got a lot softer.
Yeah, I mean, a few more stages to go, and we have to see day by day. Also, with the rain, there were very tricky conditions today, especially in the downhill.
All right,
The roads were
4 off
very
the
slippery,
lead.
and there were
Come
a lot of
on.
crashes, so
At least get
that wasn't
there.
the case. So we still have to manage you.
Well, yes indeed, there were crashes, there were fallers, there were greasy and slippery roads, but none of that stopped Wout Poels. Head and shoulders the best climber in the race, riding away from both the opposition and his teammate Harold Lopez, who comes in 19 seconds down now in the stage. 4 seconds, of course, in GC, because there are 10.64 bonus seconds on the finish line. 23 seconds then, Harold Lopez, and at 28 seconds, Juan Guillermo Martinez. That's somewhere in his career a
172.
wrong. His name is actually Juan Guillermo,
172.
and he'll be
So
on the road again
165
for
shot.
stage 5, Marmaris to Iden, 151 kilometres. Well, the conditions didn't look too bad at the scheduled stake
So
start, but they
165.
worsened, and soon heavy rain was falling in Marmaris. It was eventually decided that the stage would be cancelled. There were talks with the Riders' Union, the National Associé, or CBA.
Terrible.
Whose representative was the Australian rider Alex Edmondson. And the stage did start eventually.
22, so what, 26?
They would ride to the
20,
Treasures of Turkey Sprint to
26,
kilometre 71.2 and
24.
then start racing. But we
26,
saw
I
on
reckon.
stage 4 some very slow and nervous
26.
descending on
I don't know what's
treacherously
past that
slippery
flag.
roads. And
24,
many
26.
kilometres of descending on the stage 5 profile. Riders determined to avert any danger.
Get your numbers right.
Subdued tone as everyone wonders quite what's going to transpire. The riders on the finish, on the start line. The neutral start.
I don't know about that. It's going to be a bit more.
Virtually mummified in their cold and wet weather
So
gear.
3.5. Just over 3.5.
And as we can see, at this point, there's no racing, this is all neutralised. The stake start, the idea was that they would ride to that Treasures of Turkey sprint point and the race would begin there. But
So
you
he's a
can see
bit
the shaking
ugly.
of the heads. Ricard talks to
Sadly
Edmondson.
enough,
I think
I'm
Alex
enjoying
Edmondson, the
it.
Australian, the CPA representative. And the television helicopters were soon told that they would not be able to fly. And with conditions
Get that spin down to 2.5.
smiles from the Turkish riders in the peloton.
So 109, 111. 111 out of the roughage.
But it is a dangerous
Probably a 120
sport.
shot. I don't think I can get there with a wedge.
And eventually, well, this is the last thing the helicopters
But I'm going to have to try it. It's a 9.
Absolutely cataclysmic.
So it's only a 120 shot.
Visibility
120.
very little. These are shots
It's probably a
from
one.
one
It's
of
one.
the team vehicles.
So it's a 115 shot.
The peloton eventually draws to a halt. There's a huddle with the race organisation and the commissaires and the representatives of the CPA. And Baraghi also involved.
Wow.
Also representatives of the Riders' Union, and the decision is taken to cancel the race due to bad weather conditions. The safety of everyone, riders, all the people on motorbikes, the television cameramen, the photographers,
So 11.
everyone else was paramount.
Saying it's going to go to the
Stage
right, I
6,
don't believe it.
Seljuk to
11.
Seljuk.
It's probably a
And
14
the racing
shot.
resumes. Well, the sprinters lost an opportunity today. The climbers get 2 mountain finishes in a row. Wout Poels finally gets to wear the turquoise jersey of the race leader. And not quite such a forbidding stage finish today, Rona, but the House of the Virgin Mary climb has pedigree and often decides this Tour of Turkey.
Yeah, it will be challenging nonetheless. Any summit finish is, although it is categorized as a second category climb, so by no means as difficult as the finish that we've seen on stage 4. Matthias getting up there, taking the points on the category 2. KOM had some maybe 1 kilometers into this stage.
151.
The riders approaching the sprint point. 124 kilometers.
Roughs do anything. Bit of green there, 151, so 145 shot. Should get close. 145 should get close.
1960 Tour de France, and Tommaso's grandfather's cousin. So there's a direct line, a semi-direct line, and the attacks begin behind them.
It's Andres for X on this penultimate climb, the second category. It's tops out with some 15 kilometers to go to the finish.
Struggle.
And immediately, Cosette, his teammate, comes over the top of. Once Chrome was caught there, the other Uno X rider in this leading group was ready to
12 up,
make his
maybe a
move.
9.5
maximum
putt.
points on the climb here. Carboni coming across taking second place in the KOM, and actually Wout Poels getting up for third.
9.5.
Not so much chasing KOM points, but just trying to keep this group together as we come on now onto the descent.
Absolutely, but inadvertently Wout Poels takes over the leadership in the mountains competition by crossing in third
I
place.
bet you I pushed it.
He picked up maximum
Did I push
points in
it?
the horse category climb 2 days ago, so
No, I pulled it.
those 2 results combined to see him lead that competition really.
It's really hard. I don't know when we've seen such a hard run in to the boot of the final climb, but it's really been the riders decided to interpret this race in the most aggressive way possible.
161.
Mobility with those 2 riders, Kron and Cosette Johannes.
Nasty flag for me.
And this is
So
Otrupa,
155 shot.
climber with Cajarural.
Yeah, he just got clear there in the flat section between the final 2 climbs, and now with on to the final climb, he is trying to maintain the advantage that he has here, but Carboni already across a bridge to him. And no doubt when we see these GC favourites really kick off.
They're racing for
And
the
you
stage
never hit
win.
it there in a real game of golf.
GC race is behind
Never,
them,
ever.
and the XDS Astana pair are really marking the picnic post NL.
7
but,
down.
this time it's Harold Lopez.
I'm in trouble here.
Who's gone attacked first.
So it's going to be
and
like a
looking
20
over his
shot.
shoulder to see what
I'm going to have to
Wout
land
Poels
at
is doing.
probably
He's closing in very
15.
quickly on Giovanni Carboni.
And Wout Poels just forcing the
15.
picking post NL rider to do the chasing, but now he's also attacked here.
So
and
15 sort of
we've
flopper.
got Astana first and third on the road, but I think Poels is about to bridge across, certainly to Carboni and potentially
15.
into his teammate Lopez.
15.
Lopez just out of the saddle and then sprinting and darted past Carboni. Now it's Lopez looking over his shoulder, making eye contact with his teammate Wout Poels. 100 metres to go. Lopez already celebrating. The 24-year-old Ecuadorian from the town of Ibarra, and he'll be the first Ecuadorian to win a stage on the Presidential Tour of Turkey. Comes in, and Poels will be what, 3 seconds
So,
behind him. No change in GC, but this time instead of Poels Lopez 1 and 2, it's Lopez Poels. Great work for XDS Astana, third stage win in a row with 3 different riders. Here's the moment the stage was won. Lopez just was on the wheel of Carboni, then posted that rapier sharp sprint and within 100 metres, he knew he had it. He knew he had the stage. Won, and biggest win of his young career. Harold Lopez.
Just didn't get that. No. Oh. Hit it on the friggin' fairway. So I lose 7%. When I lose on that, I'm going to gain on the wind. So it's an 85 shot. I can actually hit this and it come up short. I've got to hit this 85. So the wind will cover the rough, so that means this will be 3 metres short. 85. What up? That was nipped. Didn't even give me an angled approach reading. What happened there?
So there, Harold Lopez of Ecuador takes the stage win and remains in second overall. Run polls has a good lead, built up a good lead on the Koran climb 2 days ago before the council stage. Just get better and better and better for XTS Astana. Johannes Krumsit third on the podium. Smiles. Granizo, by the way. Granizo, that's Spanish for hail.
That felt good. Where's it going?
An appropriate name given what we saw yesterday and the day before.
No trees.
But, nonetheless, in GC, he's at 16 seconds now, and still the 20-year-old Juan Guillermo Martinez of Colombia in third. Selçuk Chesney, stage 7 of the presidential cycling tour of Turkey. One lonely mountain preem, but as Harold Lopez was referring to in his interview there,
what we got here?
there is some expectation that the wind
out of the
could
rough.
blow today, and if the wind blows, that could be something.
So it's a 115 shot. Let's get that wedge again, not pull it.
Yeah, once we get onto the coast here, if the
land's
the
short,
winds
it
are
should
stronger,
bounce up.
The roads are certainly there, and the exposed nature along the coastline certainly presents opportunity for echelons as we just roll through the first sprint here. And Olivier Matthias from Bike 8 taking the points there from Mustafa Tekin, and Willie Smith getting up for third in this classification. But of course, he'll be turning his full attention to the treasures of Turkey as well. If he should happen to win this one, he will secure the win in that classification. And it seems to be getting a nice lead out here from Matthias. Smith just launching his sprint here, but he's really pretty much unchallenged in this one. Tekin getting up there. Looks like he will take second, but Smith is going to take the win, and as such will secure that classification. Will wear that white jersey into Izmir tomorrow.
Down, so
disaster.
1.5.
Win that classification outright.
Tejas comes in third in that competition.
Come on, let's go.
Fist punch, job done. By Willie Smith.
Little celebration. He knows he does have to finish, but so long as he does finish, he's mathematically secured the win.
Anton Dina, the Hungarian rider, for Elskadi, putting Tekin at the back here in trouble. Way down by the weight of a banana that might be doing its job better in his stomach, but Dina is caught.
These riders still have a minute and 39 here, so if they can keep themselves together on this climb, they haven't really got much to fight for in the men's classification here, with very few of them having very few points so far. And so if they can keep it organised here, keep the power on after climb, they might just have an outside chance of staying away and contesting the stage.
Cajarural riders at the front of the peloton. With one of the Astana domestics, Dina with
109,
Van
weight
Engelen,
again.
Anne Van Engelen, the little 51 kilo Dutchman with Trongano on his wheel in the blue. And it looks like they're deciding just to ride through that and press home.
So 112 shot.
He hadn't
That
decided
wind comes
that
in a
he was
bit.
going to roll
He was going to roll through and take the points.
and 150 euros too. Let's not forget that it all adds up. The tick-in and Willie Schmidt. I'm not quite
I
sure
need
what
the
that
wind.
means.
No, but
No!
oh yes, there's a
Bugger!
few riders at the back seemingly
The
not
Colonial
paying.
four riders just piling into the back of those two.
Alright, spin left to right.
And another crash just inside a kilometre and a half to go here, so these riders will all get the same time, but that's hopefully
So 16,
priority
so what's
is
that,
the
about
RKM
five-
into the final 500
5 and a
metres.
half?
Uno X on the front doing the perfect lead out here for Alexander Kristoff so far, with a lot of coming through. Jasper de Bois with Elia Viviani in his wheel.
Yep, Brad
Nice.
trying to set up his man Uden for picnic post, but well, look at Jasper de Bois. He's powered Viviani through, drops him off. Manucelli explodes at that point off the front. Manucelli has got a good advantage. Well, Christoph trying to come alongside. Persico on the left-hand side, and Manucelli's left the door
keep
open.
going.
Viviani comes through. Viviani wins his stage. Well, he took his first win of his career here at the Tour of Turkey in 2010. And in 2025, he's still winning Elia Viviani, but Jasper de Bois, man of the match, man of the day.
The Hosel
Without
Rocket,
lead out.
160 balls.
The Viviani just finding a way through on the left-hand side there, just about pumping Kristoff to the line to take his 90th career win.
Oh shit, that's not. That's right. Hit the gap. Hit the gap. Nice. Oh, I think I just tweaked my back.
The 101 is much far away from me than for Alex, so I think we can make it. So yeah, I hope he's the best one of the night.
123.
Well, there we go.
So it's a
36 years old,
133
Elia
shot.
Viviani, Christoph next to him, 37
Since I'm hitting everything
years
hard,
old.
it's a 9-9, straight at it.
Those two old dogs. And Giovanni Lonardi,
Push.
Davide Persico rather, the rider in third place, looking on rather bemused. Manucelli was well positioned, but went too early sadly, and brings himself to fourth place. Nonetheless, XTS Astana can celebrate retained leadership in the general classification, first and second. Gabriel Martinez third, and Balderstone, the surprising Catalan with an English name.
I missed it.
Fourth in GC. Final stage. Cheshme,
Wow.
Izmir.
You can tell I missed it with the 123 carry.
And again, the big question is, can Ahmed Orkan get the breakaway and pick himself up the mountain points?
94%
Steer
though.
that jersey, the last gasp from Wout Poels. He's got to be at least second.
6 down,
in the
4.3,
first,
so it's a 4 putt.
mountains, classification of the day.
Yeah, this looks like the first
So it's 4 putt.
move that potentially could go clear. We've seen
Might
one
go a
so
bit
far,
harder
but
than
now
that.
we've got
Keep it
this
straight.
bigger gap as this, and
4.
these 4 riders now just looking to get
4.
established. Dunstan Dorn just making his way across on this third category KOM. He's done well there to bridge to these 5 leaders. Just about making his way across here with 500 meters to go on this climb to make it a 6-rider leading group.
Marco Tizza is the Wagner Bazin rider in these kind of green fluorescent jersey going across first at the category 3 mountain.
Dorn gets up there and takes second in the KOM as well, so yeah. Zeb Kevin, just in his wheel for Unibet Tillamook Rockets.
Right, so we got here.
We didn't have much to fight for there.
One
in the
135 shot will probably be it.
But it is already decided now with Orkin having missed out there. It means White Bulls has secured that jersey.
Burak Abai darts off the front with Mustafa Tekin going with him, the 22-year-old Tekin, and why not? Those two building up a little bit of a lead as the peloton, led by Kern Farmer, closes in on them. Abai has just ridden away from Tekin.
Yeah, and Tekin just looking behind him to see
Bendy,
what
bendy.
gap he has over the room, the others in the breakaway, but looks like Abai's points on this one. Again, another rider up there in this classification, but taking these points won't affect his overall
So it's probably
position.
4.8
Stay in fourth.
Tekin's going to come
Bit of
across
break there.
in second place. There he is, and then behind him is, well, he seems to be
So
stopping.
5, so 4.5. 4.5.
Orkin.
I wonder if they got the message that Orkin can't win this classification anymore. He
No,
does
is
that
that hard
Orkin
enough?
take the points there, but I mean, surely
Nice.
they'll figure out that
Whoa.
Orkin has to score on both times to have a chance of winning this jersey. And yeah, we're seeing confirmation. Just Del Grosso has made his way into this group. He bridged across on that descent from the classified time. So Tibor Del Grosso of Albison, the Colonial, has joined these riders. Another rider has come across to this leading group as we see Don getting up there and taking the points in that.
Konrad Lavok, the Polish rider there, Mazowczyk, Setsipolski, a rider in the red, was looking over the wrong shoulder, and Dawn managed to go on his right-hand side, and exchange the fuse between them. Dawn takes the 5 points. Irrelevant, really. €150 goes into his pocket, but Willie Schmidt has that wrapped up. The front of this group, Tibor Del Grosso picks up the intermediate sprint, 30.9 kilometers to go,
So
and that gives Del Grosso temporarily at least a
so
2-point lead
120.
in the sprints competition. Relevant or irrelevant, Brennan?
I mean, it is all relevant. He's in second place.
As much as it's probably a 5 to 9,
By the end of the
130.
day, considering he's spending
128.99 should get there.
He is top right in the peloton here, and will be expecting to score points in the finish here. I think.
So
Fist bump on the right-hand side. Sorry,
So
fist bump on the right-hand side. That's
so
the end of the
128.9.
breakaway. This final stage of the 2025 Presidential Cycling Tour of Turkey will finish in a bunch sprint.
As we see, Flanders Balwa is launching their sprint here on the right-hand side of our screen, up to the left of the road, and Casper Van Uden from Picnic Post now trying to. The hair there also.
Postender on the right-hand side for Kern Farmer, and there goes Christoph, swings out into the Christoph, and Manicelli close to the barriers. Manicelli, it's an enormous sprint by him. Leonardi in the green
That is
jersey
terrible.
on the left, but just couldn't match Manicelli's speed. And
18, so probably 20 meters. This is just going to be a guess. 18, maybe 9.5.
Yes, it's my second victory this year.
9.5.
Stage in Ireland. Last year I won 10 races, but you know, I am not so young. I am 31 years old, and I did 10 years like pro rider before to arrive.
Wow.
And now I am in a water team, and I won't show that this is my
Manicelli, the winner of the stage! Manicelli is the winner of the stage with Alexander Christoph in second place, and Giovanni Leonardi do no better than third, but it was good enough to consolidate the green.
Alright, let's go. Let's crack one down there, 354. Not the best. The ball flight was straight, so if I start to hit that with that driver, I'll start aiming straight. Now I'm in strife. Because I've got to hit this out here and miss that tree. How high is that lip? So fairway bunkers, were they, I'm going to say 10%, so 152, 154. I don't know if I'll get 6 iron. How high is that? 1 metre up. I should get it up there.
Jersey competition for him. Simon de Haas in 5th place with the winner on stage 1. Well, Willie Smith got in the early stages of this week and picked up enough points to take that white jersey. A couple of off days, but the points were distributed around the peloton and posed no threat to the South African.
Yeah, 8.9 to the right. That was always going over there.
Mountains jersey goes on the shoulders of the
Oh,
winner
it's a
overall.
down
Out
slope.
Poles first in the Colonial climb, second to his teammate Harold Lopez in the climb up to the House of the Virgin Mary. And Poles gets a jersey.
So it's going to be probably 21. Into the winds to 21.
Well, Lonardi,
so I need to land this
an unfortunate week. He won the stage
17.
a year ago. He could only come
17.
there, second in Kankan, and
17 or 18.
7th in Cheshme. But it all adds up. And
this is going to be a flopper. The 17 or 18.
Taking the green jersey home. And there it is, the final podium of the 2025 cycling, Presidential Cycling Tour. Wout Poels dons the turquoise jersey of the overall winner now. Flanked by 2 South Americans, the Ecuadorian Harold Lopez and the Colombian Juan Guillermo Martinez.
Now my concern's that hard bit at the start. Is it going to break hard at the start?
Well, it's been a week of hard racing.
So 3.
Has really been head and shoulders above the rest of them in terms of climbing. On a couple of occasions in the flatter stages, he's had to close things down himself, but he's taken on that responsibility and hasn't apparently been too onerous for him. But holds the trophy of the Tour of Turkey in the air and receives the plaudits of
couple of birdies.
for him and for his team.
140.
Yeah, super nice. I mean, I knew I was in a good shape, but to win the GC is always really special.
So it's 145.
Super happy.
146 shot. A little hollow in the bottom. 146.
I think the team did a really good job. Today with winning the stage, so that's like the cherry on the cake. And now the team did a really good job. The feeling was really good, really nice atmosphere, and everyone worked really hard. Also the staff around the team, and yeah, it's really nice to finish it up then.
How did you work it out, having a sprint for Manu Chedi as well?
Today we were a lot of teams were interested in point sprint, so we didn't work so much.
Bounce.
I didn't see back yet, but he won, so I think the team did good.
Bounce that way.
On fire for the Giro?
Yeah, I mean,
it's so close.
Like in the plan for the Giro building up, and I go there with a lot of confidence, and hopefully I can try to win the stage over there.
Thank you very much.
So 7 up. Oh. So what's this? 3.1, so 3.6. Nearly 4. How can it go left? Let's have the replay button. So this looks like it's... That would have been nice, that one. 1.6, 1.5. $3.21.
test.
Starts 11th of June. Live Sky Sport.
World Sport, Flex of the Week, brought to you by Ninja. Catch the Black Ferns against the USA and a couple of big matchups in the ANZ Premiership. Ninja, proud supporters on Sky Sport.
Oh, it's the same as I did.
Methane flaring up.
There's a second tree there. It's trouble.
With up to 12 hours of targeted pain relief, so you can keep up all race and maybe even catch old mate. Hey, Phil.
I mean, that's one of the
Layer
better
up for the
drives.
cooler season at the warehouse. It's buy one get one half price on selected flannel PJs. Buy one get one half price
Right.
on selected
So
family thermals. And buy
101.
one get one half price on these
So it's
snuggly
probably a
slippers.
107
Save on winter layers now at the
shot.
warehouse.
A 107 shot.
Get what you
Punch
really
it low.
For a limited time, get
Start
the Ford
there
Ranger
and draw it in.
Wild Track by Turbo for just $69,990
So a
plus
low
Euro.
punchy draw
Don't miss
wedge.
out. Visit your local Ford dealer today.
So 107. 107. Low with the draw.
Stop the car. I think it's happening. Oh my God.
No. I gotta get there, baby.
Stop the car. Oh my gosh.
You need a banana?
Just get the bag. Look. Oh no, don't look at me.
It's pretty good.
Nice for it.
What's this? This has got to be pretty straight, surely.
Yeah.
Right to left, left to right. It's got to be straight. It's 4, 3.5. Start it straight. 3.5.
Get ready for an action-packed NRL weekend with TAB.
Place a 3+ league same-game multi for bigger odds.
Nice.
If one league loses, we'll cover you with $50 back in bonus cash. Practice your bet on with TAB. R18 irresponsibly.
Warm up with no limit winter deal. Check out our great heating options for this winter. This Samsung 65-inch TV for $1,529. Bosch Series 6 9kg front load washer for $1,998. Finance options available. On now with no leaving.
Let's find a way to help kids fly.
Hey, Fox, good news. You've been chosen for the shoot. Are you ready to meet your heroes? Mom! Guess what?
We're helping 80,000 New Zealand kids to get on court through BNZ Kiwi Hoops. Let's find a way.
You muppet.
Tim woke with a nasty cold, but that won't stop him making her the best costume ever. Because even though Tim has a cold, Tim shows up when it matters. When life needs you, you need Cottrell. Soldier on.
Unmissable moments all season long. This is NRL.
What have we just seen?
Only
So,
NRL. The NRL Telstra Premiership
156.
continues Friday. Live.
One it's about 163.
Coverage is brought to you by
163.
and KFC.
163. I don't want to hit 5, but I guess it's a 5.
Coverage of the PGA Championship is proudly brought to you by Volvo and Golf Warehouse.
Am I going to try and draw this, or is that right bunker a good option?
The best players in the world have come to North Carolina this week to try to win the PGA Championship. The crackle in the air is born of that hope.
Major championship golf. That's what frames this sport.
All these players, somewhere inside, have laid out some scenario that ends with them holding the Wanamaker. In every generation, in every sport, a seductive possibility hangs out there. That you might win enough tournaments, and enough
13
online
down.
tournaments for people to still speak your name long after all memory of your actual self.
13 down, left, right, left. There's more
After a trophy,
right than there is.
and money. But
It's going to
really,
go straight, it's going
they're
to
after
turn.
immortality.
I'm gonna go left, right. I'm actually gonna hit this straight.
Greetings from Well Hollow, Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm gonna go a bit left. I'd rather be a bit left.
The 107 PGA Championship is
13 down to 10. It's what, not a 9 putt? 9 and a bit.
Championship. It has been a rain week of 5 inches since the weekend, but the sun has come out, and this golf course is frankly a pretty remarkable condition. As we take you through some
Should have left it straight. Alright, for how average I felt at the start of that, to turn that into a round was pretty cool. So the stats aren't going to be good. I think I hit 1 green out of the first 9. So that was all in the latter half of that round. I wasn't unhappy with the driver, but I only hit 6 fairways, but I'm in a better shape, but should be right, 12 under. That might be okay. Anyway, if you're watching, thanks to the usual crew. Catch up with you soon. Gotta get some dinner. Thanks.
He finds out on Wednesdays in the field, shoots 67 out of the gate. And you talk about a player finding form as of late. How about Ryan Fox, the New Zealander, coming off that playoff victory last week?
Absolutely love the way this guy plays golf. Obviously, he's a powerhouse, but just the way he plays, he's just so athletic and.
Continuing to fill it up here at 5.
I thought I pressed stop.